Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Star Wars Defense Initiative back in the Reagan in the first Bush era and Star Wars, as shown by Generation Tech on YouTube. Um, I can't remember the other ones. Oh, Eackharts Ladder, and there was one other. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. I'll have to denote it in the description later. Um, According to them, an ISD in Star Wars, one laser, one turbo laser, has 300 gigatons of force. Looking at the damage it was doing to where it was doing damage and everything, everybody think that was way hyped. It was way hyped. And I'll tell you this, in the United States system, according to a number of like Army Times and Sea Power magazine and some other magazines, the U.S. military has developed the ability to have multi-megawatt lasers, such as the Airborne Laser System with the ABL. Also, there was a laser used in the Tomac, I think that's what it's called, experimental nuclear reactor, i.e. fusion reactor. It used a number of 10 megawatt class lasers to try to cause a fusion reaction. Now let's go back to Star Wars. Considering the lack of damage being done, several things of that nature, let's rethink what they said. They said 300 gigatons. Assuming that's 300 gigatons of TNT. But let's look at the actual firepower that we're likely to see as far as a repeating capability, meaning being able to fire more than once every few minutes. If we go to 300 gigawatts, that's only 3,000 times more powerful than one of those lasers used in that Tomac experiment by the United States government. That's been 3 decades ago. Can we build turbo lasers today? What's the maximum likely power level that can be put out by a turbo laser with modern day technology, such as nuclear reactors and coal reactors, meaning coal-fired reactors or gas-fired reactors, or wherever you're getting your reactor from, whatever's powering your reactor system. But I thought I'd throw that out there as to tell you what I think is actually being said in Star Wars. Looking at the amount of damage being done by the weapons and stuff, I would put those turbo lasers probably at 100 gigawatts. Well, 300 gigawatts, excuse me. Not 300 gigatons. 300 gigatons, one turbo laser, if it was capable of that kind of power, which hit the Earth, it'd shatter the Earth. It literally just destroy the Earth in one round. Where one for 3,000 gigawatts might put a hole in the Earth's crust if it was a continuously laced, and assuming it could constantly keep that wattage up. If it had to break, say, fire one for half a second or a tenth of a second, maybe a minute before it could fire the next one, in a situation like that, which is more realistic, even considering what they have probably available as far as power sources and everything, I think 300 gigawatts fired every 2 to 3 minutes during a battle is all you can hope for out of one turbo laser. It all comes to heating, being able to disperse heat levels that would not become dangerous to the actual crew members and stuff of that nature. If you look at the Death Star, that's probably more in the neighborhood of what they say a turbo laser is capable of, which would be many hundreds of tons of gigatons of TNT. I mean, look at Star Trek. I ain't looking at the weapon system. I'm just looking at Star Trek. When it comes to Star Trek, look at their communication system. The tricorders and all that other stuff. The military and the civilian sector both now have superior communication systems as far as cell phones and stuff like that than what we saw in Star Trek. As far as electronic systems go. Now, when it came to subspace, because we don't have that yet, but when it came to electronic capability to communicate with people on the ground, or back up, or in between people on the ground, our cell phones are better than what they had. So, assuming and realizing that fact, and the fact that the government actually turned down a corporation's request to use a different segment of the frequency band available for communication satellites that would allow internet capability worldwide. I don't know if they ever ended up getting it passed eventually, but last time I checked, they didn't pass it or didn't authorize it for non-military forces. Well, that's pretty much that. Is a Star Destroyer's turbo laser a 500 gigatons range laser, which means one shot from one laser could destroy the Earth completely? Or is it more like a 300 gigawatt power? And you figure, well, what? 100 gigawatts? You figure 300 gigawatts, excuse me. You figure 300 gigawatts. You take a house on a monthly basis, a regular normal house puts out about 1,000 kilowatts. So it's a million homes, enough power to operate 1 million homes for a month would not be enough power. You have to have literally every house in the United States at that level to get 300 billion watts. It would take every house almost in the country to fire one shot of all them various turbo lasers. So, Thomas Wilson, have a good one.